Looking for someone with an ability to analyze facts, to determine issues, and evaluate whatever information they have, both from the complainant and from the respondent, who may be an employer, housing provider, or a provider of public accommodations. We have 9 employees who work in employment and 6 who work in housing. And they actually investigate cases and determine based on what we get. Complainant says, I was not promoted. Someone else was promoted. And I wasn't promoted because I am a female over 40. And I happen to be black. And we get cases where all 3 of those elements are looked at. We may or may not find that that is discrimination. But then they come back to us and they says, by the way, I filed a complaint with you 2 weeks ago, and my employer fired me because I filed a complaint. That's a retaliation claim, and a lot of our issues are retaliation. It is unlawful to retaliate against someone because they file a complaint of discrimination with our organization. So sometimes we'll review that. Our investigative staff looks at all of the facts. What did the complainant say happened? When? Were there witnesses? We'll interview those witnesses. What did the respondent send in? We'll talk to the respondent. What did they do? If they're a manager of an apartment, we'll talk to that manager. If there are other tenants, we'll talk to the tenants in the complex. Who has relevant information? So we're like the investigative staff. If we find information that leads us to believe that discrimination has occurred, we'll turn it over to our legal staff. And they'll start either legal proceedings or they'll attempt to conciliate the matter. Last year, we conciliated and or settled, and we got benefits of over $400,000 for individuals who came to us. And that was a variety of things. Some of it was back pay. Some of it was front pay. We got attorney's fees, a variety of things, promotions, a number of things in the employment arena. In the housing arena, we got new housing. Sometimes we got their security deposit returned. So a variety of things that can be returned, and people can always go to our website too. We have a website. If you go to Tennessee.gov and look up the Human Rights Commission, our annual report for 2006 is located there, as well as our report for 2004, I believe, is there as well.
And so you can actually determine how much, financially, how much money you were able to pull in for those individuals who feel that they've been discriminated against.
Yes.
And so you've come to some 400, almost $250,000.
Right, in 2006.
2006.
And some of them could be small amounts. I mean, one individual might get 500, another individual might get 200. We might have someone who got $30,000. It all depends, but yeah, but we're able to track that. And most of those are settled cases where we go in, the person who discriminated says, I didn't do anything, but yes, I want to settle the case or conciliate the case for this amount of money. And the complainant says, I agree to accept it. And we do that. We also do mediation where we'll mediate the disputes as well.
Over the last 2 minutes now, we do hear every now and then some of these extraordinary awards that have been given by various commissions, judges, and etc. In your own experiences, what has been the largest award that you've witnessed during your career?
During my career, we had a case in Kentucky where we got about $3 million for one person.
For one person?
For one person. That was about $3 million, and that included a promotion, it included bonuses, it included reassignments, it included housing pay, it included a variety of things, and it included back pay for failure to promote over a number of years. And that was about about $2 to $3 million, yes.
Now that was an extraordinary...
That was extraordinary and unusual at the local level. You'll find EEOC has cases that'll settle. You'll find in like 30, 40 million. Well, that's a class action. So that doesn't mean one individual gets it. It could be as many as 100 individuals or more that might be paid those amounts. But that's what I've seen. And then we had one case that settled for $150,000 to one individual, again in Kentucky when I was there. In Tennessee, I know last year, I believe we had a case where we were looking at perhaps a case that was about over $500,000 and those kind of things. In Kentucky, I could tell you who, what, when, and where. In Tennessee, I can't.
Okay, very good. Of course, Ms. Watts, let me, over the last 30 seconds that we have here, thank you for bringing that excellent information in reference to the Tennessee, the human rights in a real sense, and especially about the Tennessee Human Rights Commission. And I think that your experiences and your ability to articulate date, some of the activities that you've been involved in will certainly play a very, very important role in terms of how people will see this organization, and we appreciate that for you. And
Thank
of course,
you, Dr.
let me
Haney.
encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.